Why we grow quieter with age, a gentle journey through the heart. As we move through the different stages of life, our outer appearance may change, hair turning silver, steps slowing down, or eyes needing a little extra help to read. But the most profound changes often happen quietly, deep within our hearts. One of these subtle transformations is how we gradually grow quieter, more reserved, and more selective with our words and relationships. It's not because we no longer care. In fact, it's often quite the opposite. Behind that quietness lies a story layered with memories, emotional scars, wisdom, and a longing for peace. Let's gently walk through the quiet corners of the soul to understand why, with time, many people choose silence over noise, reflection over reaction, and solitude over constant connection. 1. The hidden weight of past wounds. With age, we don't just collect memories, we also carry emotional scars. These are not always visible to others, but they sit within us like small stones in our pockets. Moments of betrayal, times when we felt ignored, misunderstood, or hurt, each of these experiences shapes how we approach the world. In youth, we may rush into relationships with open hearts, trusting easily and giving freely. But over time, we learn that not everyone deserves full access to our hearts. Some people mishandle our trust, and others walk away when we need them most. These lessons, though painful, help us set quiet boundaries. It's not that we stop loving, we simply become more careful about who we share our emotional space with. Psychologists sometimes refer to this as relationship fatigue, a sense of emotional weariness that comes from giving too much without receiving the same in return. It's not about bitterness. It's about protecting our peace and choosing where our energy goes. That quietness we adopt? It's a soft shield, not a wall. 2. Seeking peace over small talk. When we were younger, social events and casual chatter filled our days. We went to gatherings, laughed at jokes we didn't quite understand, and nodded along in conversations that often skimmed the surface. It was part of being young, exploring, and connecting. But as we age, something shifts. We no longer have the same patience for shallow conversations or formalities. We begin to long for moments of silence that feel restful rather than awkward. We seek out conversations that mean something, words that touch the heart, make us think, or connect us to another soul on a deeper level. Noise that once felt exciting now feels draining. Crowds that once thrilled us now make us tired. Instead, we discover joy in quiet mornings, the soft rustle of leaves outside the window, or the calm rhythm of a daily walk. Silence is no longer an absence, it becomes a presence, full and comforting. 3. Feeling misunderstood in a fast-changing world. It's no secret that the world moves faster now than it did even a decade ago. Technology advances quickly, ways of communication have changed, and new generations bring with them fresh values, ideas, and lifestyles. For many older adults, this rapid change can feel disorienting. The words we used, the traditions we followed, the rhythm of life we cherished, they are not always understood or appreciated today. Sometimes, when we speak, we feel like we're not truly being heard. Our wisdom, shaped by decades of life experience, may seem out of place in conversations driven by trends and speed. This gap between generations can create an invisible wall. Not an angry one, just a quiet space where we begin to feel a little out of sync with the world around us. Rather than fighting to be heard, many of us retreat gently into silence, finding comfort in the familiar, in memories, or in the quiet company of ourselves. 4. The fear of becoming a burden. There is a quiet thought that lingers in the hearts of many older people, the fear of becoming a burden. We see how busy life has become for our children, grandchildren, and friends. Work, family, appointments, and obligations seem to fill every corner of their days. We don't want to interrupt that flow. We hesitate before picking up the phone. We politely decline invitations or offers of help. Not because we don't want to connect, but because we don't want to impose. There's a deep dignity in this silence. It comes from love and a desire to give others space. Even when we feel lonely, we sometimes choose to remain in the background, not to punish anyone, but to protect them from guilt or pressure. It's a quiet sacrifice we make, hoping that our presence, even from afar, still brings a kind of warmth. 5. The gentle fading of old friendships. Friendships are like gardens. Some bloom brightly for a season, others last for years, growing stronger with time. But not all of them stay. Sometimes, without conflict or harsh words, they begin to fade. We each move into different phases of life. Priorities shift. Distances grow. The closeness we once shared with someone slowly becomes a distant memory. It can be sad, but also natural. As we age, we begin to accept this truth with grace. We stop chasing after every old friend, and instead, we choose to focus on the few relationships that still feel alive and nourishing. Letting go doesn't always mean loss. It can mean honoring what was, and making room for the stillness and clarity that comes with less. This gentle detachment is not cold-hearted. It is simply a way of respecting both others and ourselves. We no longer hold on to connections just because they once mattered. We hold on to what still feels real, what still brings us joy. 6. Discovering joy in solitude. There comes a moment in life when we look around and realize we are not lonely. We are simply alone. And there's a difference. Loneliness brings sadness and longing. But being alone, when chosen with peace, can bring freedom and clarity. Many older adults discover this secret joy. The silence of a quiet afternoon, the comfort of their favorite chair, the pleasure of a slow walk in nature. These moments are deeply satisfying. There's no need to explain ourselves, to meet expectations, or to perform any role. We find contentment in small rituals, a cup of tea in the morning, reading a beloved book, tending to a garden, listening to music from our younger years. These moments speak to us in ways words cannot. They remind us that we are enough, just as we are. It's not that we no longer enjoy the company of others, but we no longer depend on it to feel complete. Our inner world becomes a rich landscape, filled with thoughts, memories, and quiet dreams. The beauty of growing quieter. So, why do we grow quieter with age? It's not sadness. It's not bitterness. It's not defeat. It is, more often than not, wisdom. We've learned that not all battles are worth fighting, not all invitations are worth accepting, and not all words need a reply. We've learned that some of the most powerful moments in life happen in silence. In the stillness between two heartbeats, in the soft look between old friends, in the quiet knowing that we've lived, loved, and learned. This quietness is a form of grace. It's a way of honoring everything we've been through. A way of listening more than speaking, observing more than reacting, and feeling more than explaining. And in this space, we discover a new kind of richness, not the noise of the world, but the music of the soul. A melody that grows clearer with age, even as the world outside rushes on. So if you found yourself growing quieter, don't worry. It's not that you're fading. You're simply becoming more in tune with the rhythm of your heart. And that is a beautiful, rare, and precious thing. 7. Remembering clearly and thinking sharply. Cognitive health is perhaps one of the most precious aspects of aging. Memory loss and mental fog are common fears among older adults, as conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's become more prevalent. That's why, if you can still remember names, events, conversations, and manage your daily routines without confusion, it's a beautiful sign of mental clarity. Sharp thinking means your brain is staying active and well-nourished. It suggests good blood flow, stable moods, and a life filled with mental stimulation. Whether you're solving puzzles, reading books, or simply having lively conversations with friends, all of this helps preserve brain health. Even more importantly, clear memory allows you to continue being part of your family's emotional fabric. You can still share your stories, guide younger generations, and participate fully in life. If you're still mentally agile, continue protecting your brain by staying socially engaged, learning new things, and eating well. Your sharp mind is a rare and radiant gift. 8. Feeling joy, gratitude, and peace in your daily life. Finally, one of the clearest signs of a thriving older adult is emotional well-being. If you still feel joy, gratitude, love, and peace in your daily life despite the changes that aging brings, you are truly rare. Many people become bitter, lonely, or anxious as they grow older. Life's losses of loved ones, health, or youth can weigh heavily on the heart. But those who continue to see the beauty in small things, to laugh freely, and to live with purpose, are treasures. Emotional vitality protects your physical health too. People with a positive outlook tend to have lower inflammation, stronger immune systems, and better recovery from illness. So if you wake up with a grateful heart, find joy in a blooming flower or a child's laughter, and still feel a deep connection to life, you are not just surviving, you are shining. This inner glow makes you a source of comfort and inspiration to everyone around you. You are living proof that aging, when embraced with grace, can be a beautiful, fulfilling chapter of life. Conclusion: celebrating the rare gems among us. If you are between 65 and 80 and still able to walk, eat, sleep, speak, see, use the bathroom independently, remember clearly, and live with joy, then you are a rare gem in every sense of the word. These 8 signs are more than just physical abilities. They are reflections of a life lived with care, balance, and inner strength. They show that you have protected your health, nurtured your spirit, and adapted wisely to change. Aging well is not about avoiding wrinkles or hiding the passage of time. It's about living each day with dignity, clarity, and gratitude. So if you find yourself blessed with these gifts, take a moment to honor yourself. You are not just rare, you are radiant.